It is conveniently midway between the Church of Scientology in Johannesburg and the Church of Scientology in Pretoria. They call it Kyalami, and it's appropriately located on the edge of Midrand, which in fact sits on old Zulu lands known as the Place in Heaven. It's a full-fledged castle, replete with 12 crenellated turrets atop the highest hill in the region. It's also a luxury estate-turned-hotel, sprawling across 22 acres. And while it may not have been in the plans when architects originally drafted the blueprints, if ever there was a place that was perfectly suited to become the Scientology Advanced Organization for Africa, this is it. It's absolutely world-class construction and comes equipped with all requisite amenities. The interior marble, for example, was cut from the very same quarry that supplied Michelangelo. It's additionally got a ready-made reception that literally glows below 30-foot skylights. It's otherwise virtually perfect in every way, right down to the wrought iron fixtures and medieval trappings, including a full suit of armor. Of course, it'll be given a Scientology stamp and some of the rooms reconfigured for advanced training and counseling delivery. But much of the castle is ready for the task. The Kyalami Banquet Hall has been famously serving 5-course dinners to South African notables for years. It's even got a ready-to-serve bar, where it'll do traditional rooibos tea and rusks. The hotel's piano anteway leads to what's traditionally known as the Gentleman's Cigar Lounge. The Rhodesian teak paneling will literally last for centuries, and it will soon serve as the distinctive setting for African parishioners to gather at the end of the day. Immediately off the dining rooms are the terracotta patios surrounding the central courtyard and providing a view, weather permitting, all the way to Pretoria at least. Then again, there's the mezzanine above the grand lobby. It was designed for the concierge to serve newly arriving guests high tea before checking in. It'll be redone to serve as the waiting lounge for Africa's Advanced Hubbard Guidance Center. Far from the accommodations that marked castle life in the Middle Ages, here are the Kyalami's 5-star guest suites. They do, however, share the features of their more historic counterparts, including Gothic battlement windows, Camelot balconies, and beds that are, needless to say, king size. In all, the ideal for African parishioners embarking on Scientology's upper levels. Ground-level spaces were originally intended for corporate conferences, but it just so happens that, square footage-wise, it's perfectly configured for Africa's St. Hill Special Briefing Course, a study of the fundamentals and chronological development of the technology of Dianetics and Scientology. Similarly, the upper floor will nicely accommodate advanced courses and counseling as well. All of which leads to what makes Kyalami Castle an especially ideal advanced organization. Namely, just as every castle has its requisite Great Hall, so too this one. It will seat more than 1,000 for events, briefings, and seminars. Meanwhile, across the Royal Garden Terrace, the church will install a series of Hubbard Guidance Centers, qualifications areas, and auditing spaces. Whereupon parishioners can step outside and catch their breath with a northern view to the far horizon and then some. And while one would certainly expect to find a castle moat, this one, more modernly, features a sky blue pool. So there you have it, from tower to turret, the forthcoming launch point for spiritual freedom in Africa, Kyalami Castle, home to the future advanced organization in St. Hill, Africa.